Buckle up, folks, because I have some things that need to be said. I really need to get off my chest.
Just 15 weeks ago, folks, it's only been 15 weeks. So when the country needed a leader, Kamala was the one who stepped up. Kamala did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work. Kamala did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Oh. Hey, everybody, your resident man in, well, an ugly Christmas sweater is back again for a new edition of the best kept secret in the conservative movement right here on MRC-TV. I'm Nick Kangadis. Really quick, head on over to Rumble, subscribe to our channel, and hit that like button. And no matter where you watch our videos, please share, like, and don't be afraid to leave a comment. I actually read what you guys have to say, and I occasionally respond, so don't be shy. Now, on with the show. Folks, I always tell you what I truly believe are the things that need to be said, but this week, the gloves are off. I'm going to say what most people are thinking, but you never really hear from most, if not all, of the talking heads. Let's get the heaviest of takes out of the way first. You know who this is? This is the 9-year-old little boy who was murdered, along with 4 adults at the Magdeburg Christmas market in Germany over the weekend. 200 more were injured. The suspect? His name is Taleb al-Naga, not gonna be able to pronounce his name, a 50-year-old Saudi doctor. Notice he wasn't identified as a doctor of German citizenship. I'm just going to come out and say what others are afraid of saying. When you import an entire swath of people into your countries, which are part of Western civilization, and they are predominantly of the Eastern philosophical persuasion, have no interest in assimilating at all into the Western culture that tolerantly took them in because they claimed to be seeking refuge, all the while attempting to turn your Western civilization into an Eastern way of life that they were supposedly trying to get away from, it just doesn't jive.
Now see, that's an even more beautiful sight than 72 virgins waiting in heaven for a suicide bomber.
Here I am!
We're playing Magic the Gathering. Want to join?
Osama!
Okay, so that's one example of my overarching point. Here's the other that will feed into what I'll tell you after. On Sunday, so yesterday for those playing the home game, a Guatemalan criminal invader who had repeatedly been deported but kept re-invading the US is suspected of killing a woman on the New York City subway by setting her on fire and then standing there and watching her burn. My overarching point and message for those who were either taken in or allowed to enter any country illegally: get the hell out, now. If incoming President Donald Trump keeps his word and uses Bulldog Tom Homan to carry out these sorely needed mass deportations, all of you in these countries illegally or violating the law in any country because you, somehow think you're entitled, your time is up. To be honest, and this might sound a little cold, I can't wait for traffic to get a little better in the coming year. Maybe there won't be so many adults with new driver bumper stickers on the road, switching multiple lanes to make turns or cutting me off. Although, to be fair, you don't have to be foreign in order to suck at driving, especially in the DMV area.
And I eased on the brakes, I said what anybody here says automatically when this is happening. Here it is right here, ready? Hello? Unless you're black. If you're black, it's a little different. If you're black, it's, check out this mother. Check out this mother. And if you're Chinese, it's,
Moving on, former Vice President Joe Biden commuted the sentences of 37 federal death row inmates who will now live the rest of their miserable lives in jail without the possibility of parole, all at the expense of who? That's right, you and me. According to Fox News, here's some of the scum that will be getting 3 square meals a day, watching cable, and having all the gay sex they want for the rest of their lives on our dime. Quote, Marcevici Barnett, who killed a man in a carjacking, and his ex-girlfriend. Co-defendants Brandon Basham and Chadrick Fulks, who kidnapped and killed a woman after escaping prison. Anthony Battle, who killed a prison guard. Jason Brown, who stabbed a postal worker to death. Thomas Hager, who committed a drug-related killing. David Runyon, who participated in the murder-for-hire plot of a naval officer. Thomas Sanders, who kidnapped and killed a 12-year-old girl. Rajon Taylor, who carjacked, kidnapped, and killed a restaurant owner. And Alejandro Umana, who killed 2 brothers inside a restaurant, unquote. I know some people, even on the conservative side, are against the death penalty. I get the argument. I understand. But call me vengeful. People like Thomas Sanders, who kidnapped and killed a 12-year-old girl, should meet his maker sooner than later. And let's knock off this humane lethal injection BS.
Before the lethal injection, they do an alcohol swab, which is so nice. What the f*** are you doing? We don't want you to get that last-second infection. Come on now.
It's Christmas. Sit them in a chair, tell them it's Santa, and flip the switch. They'll get the shock of a lifetime. Well, it'll end their lives, but you get it.
Go sit on Santa's lap, Timmy.
There needs to be a deterrent for people who are even thinking of committing heinous crimes like that, and we simply don't do it anymore. Now, just to prove my point of what I've been saying over the past few weeks about the death knell of the establishment propaganda media.
They're not dying, they committed suicide through lying, which is, by the way, suicidal. If you're in the trust business and you can't stop lying, you've killed yourself. But what comes next? Well, I think what we have. I think that X is an amazing thing, There are probably downsides, but I think the massive upside is it's basically uncensored. I think podcasts are amazing. I can't even believe it's happening. I worked in television where we thought no one would pay attention for more than 4.5 minutes, and then we had to go sell prostate cures or gold scams, and it turns out people wanted like 3 hours. What? There's no greater compliment you can pay a nation, a citizenry, that they want information and understanding so badly they will listen for 3 hours.
I really don't need to say much more about that, except all of you journalists in the legacy media did this to yourselves, and you still haven't learned. You enjoyed your bite of the apple from the Garden of Eden long enough. Now you're being smited, and it's glorious. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. And finally, let's head into Christmas on an up note.
With the stroke of my pen on day one, we're going to stop the transgender lunacy. And I will sign executive orders to end child sexual mutilation, get transgender out of the military and out of our elementary schools and middle schools and high school. And we will keep men out of women's sports. And that will likewise be done on day one. Under the Trump administration, it will be the official policy of the United States government that there are only 2 genders, male and female.
That's right. We're tired of all the arguments. We're tired of being made to feel guilty. We're tired of these people attempting to cancel us for knowing and understanding what they never will. There are only 2 genders. Period. End of story. Do not pass go. Do not collect tax money to cut off your junk. And for the love of God, stop grooming kids and saying they should be allowed to take life-altering drugs that will scar them for the rest of their lives. You lost. I'd say suck it, but you'd probably enjoy that.
Yikes. That was a rough.
On that note, I just want to end things here by wishing all of you, your family, and friends a very happy, healthy, and Merry Christmas. And Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends out there. I'll be here next week for a new episode just before New Year's. Enjoy the season of giving, my friends. So, did I go too far, or were these simply things that needed to be said? Let me know in the comments, where I do read most and reply to some, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel on Rumble and hit that like button. If you like this video, don't forget to share, comment, and give it a thumbs up. Those are the best ways to help these videos reach more people, and it's the best way to let us know you want us to keep these videos coming. Subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so that YouTube might actually let you know when MRC-TV comes out with a new video if they haven't censored it or taken it down yet. Like us on Facebook, check out more of our work at MRCTV.org, and if you want to support our content and the conservative movement, head on over to MRC.org/donate to help us out, since we're a nonprofit and couldn't do what we do without all of you. For MRC TV, Merry Christmas. I'm Nick Kangadis.